Hey everyone, welcome to my watch channel. Today I have another Zodiac Super Seawolf. This is the navy blue and orange version. This is the third Zodiac Super Seawolf that I have purchased in the last year, so I guess you could say that I've been bitten by Zodiac bug. It's really kind of drawn me in. They're just fun. They're fun watches. All the playful colors are fun and enjoyable, and they're unique. You don't see other watches that have the same design. It's kind of unique to them. They came up with it. It's not a knockoff of another watch. It's true to them, and they have the history to back that up. So I don't know. I've just really been enjoying it. We'll see moving forward how many Zodiacs I purchase, but so far I've been really enjoying them. I've been enjoying wearing them. I've worn a lot in the past 6 months or so. I've been wearing them quite a bit, and you'd think I'd get tired of them because they're similar, but at the same time they're very different, even though they're basically the same line. But let's take a look at this guy. It's the navy blue, if anybody's paid attention to it. Navy blue and orange. And it's just a really good looking watch. One thing, other than just the colors, I guess this is part of the colors, is that chapter ring. It's just kind of one of those details you wouldn't think about. They didn't do it in a true white, like you can see the hour markers, but it's just an off-white color, which I think really just kind of makes this watch come together. They could have easily just done a white chapter ring and just sold it that way, but it just wouldn't have looked quite as good as this guy looks. I really just like the design of these dials. Something about them, I'm not sure exactly what. I think it's just because they're unique to Zodiac, just kind of has drawn me in. I like the orange accents. It looks really good with the navy blue and the silver hour markers and seconds hand and hour hand. This looks really good. You can see that logo for Zodiac at the 12 o'clock. And then this is, of course, a 200 millimeter dive watch, as it says so right on the front. And then you got the date window. It is outlined. I'm not sure. I'd have to see what it would look like without an outline. I'm not sure it was necessary, but that's kind of nitpicking, I suppose. But just turn this around and get another look at it. I have been wearing this for a couple weeks, so you might see some little bit of scratches. And I know a lot of watch reviewers on YouTube, they'll review watches, but I mean, do they really wear them? I don't know. I think they're just reviewing watches that they get and then sending them back. I mean, how much can you really wear them when they're not yours, right? But if they are yours, I say wear them, get a better idea of how well you like them. I knew I would like it just because I already have another couple of other versions of this. So let's take a look at the case. It is a 40 millimeter. It's brushed on the sides. It's got a high polished on the top of the lugs. I really like their Jubilee bracelets that come with these. They're just super comfortable and they just wear really well. They're thin and it has a nice taper, as you can see. And then it just runs down to that clasp. You can see I got a few little desk rash down there. This just really makes them super comfortable. This little expansion on the wrist swells. It it expands, and it's really nice. If you're hot that day and your wrist swells, the watch is still comfortable. Butterfly clasp, just like their other ones. See the case back there, Zodiac. Now this one, as far as the movement goes, has the STP 3-13. It is my understanding that they are no longer making this movement. They've switched everything over to the STP 1-11. The difference with this version is as a swan neck regulator, and they are not doing that in the newer ones. It is a beautiful movement. I did take the case back off, and it looks really good. It is fully decorated. The swan neck looks neat. I will have to see if I can throw a short video or some pictures of the movement up on this video towards the end. But it's nice to see that. It would be really neat if they had an open case back. I understand why they don't. It's kind of traditional not to, but it would look really good with an open case back. That movement would. Normally, I do not open my watch cases, the case backs, but when I got this one, it was running a little faster than I would like. It was running plus 17 to 18 seconds. The other Zodiacs I have got recently, one is a chronometer, so it was running within 5 or 6 seconds, and the Meteorite one I own was running about the same. So when you're coming from wash, it's running 5 or 6 seconds to plus 17. It's a little bit of a bummer, but I did take it off, and then there's a little screw on that swan neck regulator that I turned and adjusted. I've got it down to about 7 or 8 seconds per day. I'm thinking about trying to adjust it just one more time just to dial it in a little bit better. I wouldn't recommend that the average person does that. I mean, that is up to you. I don't know how that would go with their warranty. If something were to happen, they may not honor the warranty. It's probably my guess, but I mean, I've done it several other times in some of my other watches, so I feel fairly comfortable doing that. So it wasn't a huge deal for me, but just be aware that it's not, if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't suggest it. If you're comfortable with it, then go for it. But anyway, I've just really been enjoying wearing it. Let's hear that bezel action. It does sound really good. It's smooth, ratcheting. I mean, there's not really much back play at all. I mean, there's a tiny bit of play, but not much back play. Go around the world one more time. Got lined up. So there you have it. It's another fun Zodiac. It probably won't be my last. I'm going to bring in and show you guys some of my other ones that I have recently done videos on, where you can kind of see how they look. But and that's one cool thing about these, even though it's the same design language, they look completely different. And I really have loved the Meteorite version that I got. And then let's take one of the more recent one that I really enjoyed. I mean, I like the Meteorite a lot. This one's probably my favorite. The ceramic version. Slightly bigger at 41 millimeter, but I've really been liking it. Normally, I did not like rubber straps. For whatever reason, they either make my arms sweaty or they just don't fit very good. This one, it has nice ventilation, as you can see, and it fits my wrist perfectly. And so that is one thing I have really enjoyed about that. Another thing that has been really nice about these watches is just how fun they are to wear. And I think that's the thing with the Zodiac. I mean, you can find other watches that are probably built just as well in this price range. For example, I have some Christopher Wards that I would argue that are just as well built or better. However, there's just something about these that make them different and really fun to wear. Anyway, if I can work things out, I will throw up a video or a picture of the STP 3-13 movement. I know they're going with the 1-11, but I'll at least give you a good idea of what they do with their movements and how decorated they are compared to your average at a movement you might get in a watch's price range, or a Salita, a 72 similar. These guys just go a little bit above and beyond on their decoration, and it's kind of cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.